All right, guys, this video is to go over, for social studies, it's not necessarily that I need to teach you the content, but it's more so showing you how to do the PowerPoint pieces and how to get to everything. So let's go in here. What I'm going to do is I need to share my screen. And then what we're going to do is let's open up the PowerPoint. So it's the Florida Government Week 3 e-learning. And we are in here and we're starting off with, you will have 4 slides that will be due for 1, 2, 3, 4 slides that are due. This first one talks about the requirements for the front page. So it says Florida facts and government, things that make our state just plain great, and student names. So you'll need that. So we are going to go into Office, like how you would get into your Office. And then I will show you what you need to do from there. So I go to office.com. Mine, I think, just logs me straight in. Yeah, logs me straight in. I'm going to go into PowerPoint. And it's going to open the document for me. And I'm just going to pick a plain PowerPoint. Maybe in a second. A new blank presentation. So once I am in here, this is where I can start putting my information once everything loads up. Here we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change presentation 1 to last name, comma, first name, and I'm going to put Florida facts and government. So I have a title, and I know, let me pull this back up, my PowerPoint that I have here. It says the first item in your project will be your title page. This page will be worth 5 points. The title will be, so it should say Florida facts and government, things that make our state just plain great. So I'm going back into Office. Let me look at that one more time. Florida facts and government. Florida facts and government. Things that just make our state just plain great. Let me make sure I spell this right. If I have a misspelling, right click and it will spell it correctly for me. And now I know I needed to have my name on there. Oop, it helps if you spell it right. Now let me go back to my slide. It says there needs to be a picture of Florida and a capital must be identified on the picture. So I'm going to go back into Office and I'm going to go into Insert and I'm going to insert picture and I'm going to go to Bing Pictures when I'm here. And I'm going to type Florida map. And I have to find a map that has the capital identified. This one has the capital identified. So I'm going to put that on here. And as I see, there's a whole bunch of different options. And I think I like this one. So I'm going to choose this one as my base. So here I have my Florida map. I've got my title, Florida facts and government, things that make our state just plain great, and my name. So this slide is good to go, and it's already saved under my Office this way. Now, I know that we are going to work on being able to screenshot items. So in order to do that, you can't screenshot from Office. I am going to open in desktop app. So I'm going to open up my PowerPoint that I started in Office in the desktop app. And I'm going to do that, and that way I will be able to screenshot different items. Hold on, let me try it one more time. Try launching PowerPoint again. Open up PowerPoint. All right, so now my PowerPoint is opened up. Basically, it's opened up in the desktop version of it. So I'm going to go into Insert in a new slide. Now, let's look at our PowerPoint because we have requirements for the state facts. All right, so it says, using the websites below, so I have 2 websites below, make 3 slides or pages in your project. All right, so it has provide a title page, that's done, labeled Florida Facts, information and pictures of 3 of the facts, Florida Facts. The list is below, so you will choose from these 3 items and we will use these 2 websites to help us. So I'm going to open this up in slideshow, my one here, and I'm going to go to this website and I'm going to find some facts and see which ones. Well, there's one about the state flag. And I see it has the picture, it has the title, it also has information about the state flag. And I can pick any one of these. Well, you know what? I really like marine animals, so I'm going to click on that. All right, now I have that. This is, you have to leave it as the last thing that you looked at. So I've looked at the marine mammals. I'm going to open my PowerPoint I'm working on by itself. So I'm going to put Florida's marine mammal. All right, and now I need to screenshot. And in order to do this, I go up into Insert. And in Insert, you see how it has pictures? It has online pictures, it has screenshot. I'm going to go to screenshot. And then I'm going to hit screen clipping. That allows me to go to the last thing I looked at and clip an image by holding down the right click on whatever you want to put on your PowerPoint. Once I do that, whoops, it is now in my PowerPoint. So I have that here. I have the image. And now I also have to put information about it because that was a requirement. You don't have to type the information. You are literally screen clipping. Now you should read it so that you know what the information says. I'm not going to show you reading it. You know how to do that. I'm going to make sure the last thing I look at is that screen again because it has to be the last thing I look at. So I am going to clip this. The manatees, also called the sea cow, is gray, water plant eating, gentle giant that reaches 8 to 14 feet in length and can weigh more than a ton. It is designed with the state marine mammal. Oh, it was designated the state marine mammal in 75. All right, and this talks about how it's a threatened species. I'm going to add that in there too because I think that's super important. So I go to my PowerPoint I'm working on, insert, screenshot, screen clipping, and I clip the information. So oop, that's too close. I don't like the way that looks. So that is, it was really close to the edge. It makes it hard to read. So I'm going to go back into my PowerPoint and I'm just going to hit the delete button. And once it's highlighted, it'll delete that. Insert, screenshot, screen clipping. All right. And go back into the PowerPoint. And then there is my information. Now I want to make sure it is big enough to read. So if you move the corners, there we go. We can do that, make it a little bit bigger. We can even go up there. So there's my page. I've now done 1 page by using screen clipping. The requirement is 3 pages for this. What you're turning in is this front or beginning slide and your 3 choice of state symbols. These are called state symbols. So this is our marine mammal. Those are there. You're turning that in on Friday. I hope this helps everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure when you're done, it does say that it auto saves, but just in case, if you see up here, you have your little disc with the little arrows, that means that it's going to save it to your office. When I click on that, it is now in there. If I were to, let me X out of all of this just so I can show you. Maybe exit. All right, I'm going to go into my office again and pull it up just so that you can see that now it's an office. So the only thing that's different is instead of building the entire thing in Office, you just have to open it in the desktop app. Let me just get to it. Should be the last thing I worked on, Florida Facts. Yes, there it is. And let's just make sure we've got the 2 slides that are completely done. Do, 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 do. It's taking forever. There it is. So we can see both slides are there. Now, one more thing you can do if you want to make it look pretty, you can click on these items and then you go into, I still like opening it in desktop app. For me, that works so much better. It's just the way I like to work because I know that system does everything where the online version is a little bit limited on items. So I can click on here and I can go into picture format and I can make the picture have a nice glow around it, you know, give it some color because you see it's a little bit of a plain slide. I can do some color around this one and maybe do a soft edge around this one. That's a little bit too much of a soft edge. That's a little too harsh. There we go. So you see how, and that just gives it a little something, something. You could always make this. You could do, instead of just typing it, you could do word art here. Let's do this. Takes that, and then I can erase this. And I can make it look a little neat and cute. And here I could. So something to make it look a little pretty. And you just hit the save button and it's there. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.